To Wisconsin family, we're here on location at the Yahara Bay Distillery.
We sure are. We have the smell of distilling in the air.
Yeah, you can smell it as soon as you walk in. It's great. It's interesting.
It is.
I've never been to a distillery before.
This is fun. We're going to learn a lot later in the show.
Absolutely. You may recognize this face from just before Christmas time. This is Lisa Briggs, also known as the Sheriff of Christmas from the Bruce Company. And I understand, Lisa, that you already have Christmas all prepared for next year. We're good to go.
Christmas is planned and mostly ordered, so yeah, we're
you guys
ready.
are
That's
ahead
awesome.
of the game.
But we're not talking about Christmas today.
We're not.
We're talking about gardening because, believe it or not, folks, it's going to start warming up pretty soon here.
I'm excited.
And this is where people get that itch to grow their own food.
Yes.
What are
Spring fever.
Yeah, what are some reasons to grow your own food?
Well, the really basic ones are that you can control what's on your growing plants.
Right.
You know, what kind of chemicals you may or may not use,
Right.
what kind of insecticides you may or may not use, whether or not you want to go organic.
Sure.
And mostly, and the most fun part is that you get to pick the varieties.
Yes.
So rather than being limited to the couple of tomatoes that are at your local grocery store, you can choose from, at the Bruce Company, 143 different tomato seeds.
143 tomatoes. That's just
143 tomatoes.
There's
my
so many
gosh.
varieties of everything. You can have something that's more meaty, something that's more juicy,
Absolutely.
more seeds, less seeds. There's all kinds of
Acidic,
combinations.
not acidic,
Yeah.
good for
Incredible.
stuffing, good for sauce.
Exactly.
Wow, you can even narrow it down to what you're cooking.
Absolutely.
I love that. So talk about seeds as a whole. First of all, this smells amazing. We've brought
You're
another-
smelling the hyacinth.
That's what that is.
It's a spring
Oh,
thing.
I wish people could smell this at home. Spring's coming. We can
It
smell
is.
it.
Yeah.
It's going to be almost 50 today or tomorrow.
That's
Yeah.
just thankfully.
Woohoo.
But let's talk about seed varieties as a whole. So if there's that many tomato seed varieties, what about the rest? How many do you stock?
We have 1,900 different seeds for flowers, veg, and herbs.
That's incredible.
It's pretty crazy.
It
So
is.
there are over 100 peppers, half sweet, half hot.
Sure.
32 carrots, 35 sunflowers, 28 different basils.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
You know your stuff. We won't quiz you on all of them, but that's incredible. That's good.
I counted this morning.
Okay. She prepared.
I know a lot of folks who do home gardening, and each spring they go and they rent a tiller and they get all this equipment and everything. Do you need a lot of expensive equipment to really do it right?
Not necessarily. I think the easiest way for people who have never gardened before to set up a bed is to set up a raised bed.
Yeah.
So you get some 2x10s,
Sure.
untreated, get some corner pieces, set them up, fill it with good soil.
Yeah.
You don't have to necessarily do any tilling then.
Right.
You'll be good for everything with that except for like root crops.
Sure.
Okay.
Carrots or potatoes would need to be deeper.
Sure.
You can also do kitchen gardening in pots.
Sure.
Lots of plants do really well in containers. Any of the smaller varieties. Cherry tomatoes are great in pots.
Okay.
Lettuces are great in pots.
And those are okay for beginners, you think? to do?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
Maybe that's where I'll start.
You can
I'm a
start from
beginner.
seed. We have some seedlings here. These are scarlet runner beans. You
Oh,
need
wow,
a
okay.
container to put the seedling in.
Okay.
You need some good soil. You want to go with seed starting mix.
Okay.
Not potting soil, not topsoil,
Okay.
not stuff out of your garden.
Right.
Got it.
And some gentle fertilizer. This is an organic fish emulsion.
Oh, all right.
And you plant your seeds according to directions, and there are things that you can start now. Any, if you're a big fan of cabbage crops,
Ooh, yes.
Brussels sprouts, broccoli, that kind of thing, you can start those now. You could start your super hot peppers
Okay.
this time of
Oh,
year.
okay.
They need a lot of time to develop those Scoville units. You can start slow growing annuals and perennial flowers. Most of
great.
the rest of the stuff you're going to want to wait
Okay.
until I'd say late March. You can start things like tomatoes and basil and
But that's a good list
Okay.
of things to start now. There's a lot of folks that are, really green thumbs and are antsy to kind of get out there or do
Right.
some things inside, and to have a good variety of things you can start just feels springier.
I know the
Doesn't it?
trickiest
Yeah.
the trickiest thing to starting your seeds inside is that you have to have light.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
The seedlings get really stretched out and leggy
Right.
this time of year. There's not a ton of light in your house, even
Right.
in your sunny window.
Right.
So you might want to set up, a lighting contraption.
Sure, yeah.
We've got those at the Bruce Company. If you've got old fluorescent light fixtures, you can
Sure,
use
yeah.
those. You just want to use the fixtures that are daylight appropriate, that mimic daylight,
Sure.
not just regular fluorescent light
Got
like
it.
you'd have in an office building.
So
Got it.
something that says grow light on it or something like that.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. The light is more intense, and the spectrum of the colors in the light
Right.
mimics the sunlight.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Now, you guys always have new things that you're doing at the Bruce Company.
Yeah.
What sorts of things are new this spring at the
We've
Bruce
got
Company?
a lot of really cool fashions and things coming into the boutique that are from the
Okay.
United States that are U.S. made. And because our store manager has a new granddaughter, we have a baby boutique. So some really cool gifts and adorable little rompers and piggy banks and plush for babies.
I love that.
Yeah, we're really excited
Excellent.
about
You're
it.
speaking of the right crew. We got
Yeah.
plenty of babies between the two of us.
Yeah.
Just finished setting it up yesterday, so
Oh, how
I'm
fun.
super excited.
Love it. Thanks so much, Lisa.
Oh, you're
Yes,
very
thanks
welcome.
for coming on. Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company joined us here and talked about all the great things that you can do with your garden this spring. Don't you go away. There is more to come here on Wisconsin Family.